Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Chelsea Daily. I'm your host, Jack Wood. This is the show where we talk about everything Chelsea. Today, we've got a really good episode for you. I mean, we're talking about Neymar, the best Brazilian in the world right now. How he he helped Thiago Silva to join Chelsea. We're talking about Simon Johnson, who said Chelsea actually have a plan to bring in 2 new players this transfer window. We're not done yet. And we're also going to be talking about Ethan Ampadu and how he's going to be probably going on loan to a Premier League club. So yeah, if you want to find out who that is, and if you want to, hear about everything Chelsea, keep on watching. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. We're 50% there. So good, we've really been smashing the goals recently. So, your support is always appreciated. Drop a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, let's get into this. So, a certain Neymar, the best Brazilian in the world right now. Let's be honest. Maybe, Alisson's up there, Edison's up there, but he is the best Brazilian in the world. He has been for a long time. Thiago Silva asked Neymar, obviously they played together at PSG for a couple of years, and he said, Neymar, mate, what do you think about the move to Chelsea? And Neymar has enthusiastically urged Silva to join Chelsea. Mr. Neymar, he obviously still loves us after we tried to go after him back in 2013. He said, go on, mate, go off to Chelsea. It's a challenge that you'd regret not taking. I mean, the guy clearly regrets going to Barcelona. No, obviously not. I mean, his move to Barcelona, you can't really deny it was a brilliant move for him in his career, and he probably wouldn't be where he was today if he hadn't played with Messi. But, Chelsea was his second choice when he was at Santos. Him and his father said numerous times they really liked the whole idea of Chelsea, the whole project we had going on. And apparently, when we tried to sign him at Chelsea, we actually gave him the whole idea that he'd be the Michael Jordan of the Premier League. I mean, I don't know how that didn't convince him. Obviously, he's a big character, Neymar. He's a big name. But also, it's been reported that Willian, he said, if I'd known you moving to Chelsea, I would have stayed there after all. Thiago Silva, he's just massive in the Brazilian camp. He's obviously a big name, big personality. He's going to go to Chelsea. He's apparently going to be helping out with the coaching staff, Lampards' team. And I'm glad about that because he's got such a youth of experience. He's won so many trophies in his career, playing in the Serie A, playing in the Ligue 1, playing in the Champions League, playing for the Brazilian national team, and now he's going to be playing in the Premier League. But of course, hearing stories like this, it's hard not to imagine a Chelsea team that would have had a bit of Neymar in it, a bit of Hazard in it. I mean, obviously they both play at left wing, but one of them could have been pushed off to right wing. I mean, can you imagine that team we would have had? Wow. I mean, Neymar, obviously, one of the top names in the world, in my opinion. Maybe not the best finisher at the moment, but dribbling, skills, he's got it all. So next up, we're going to be talking about Simon Johnson. He's tier 2 on the Chelsea Reddit page. He said it's not over yet. It's the plan to bring in another 2 players in. I mean, another 2 players. Bear in mind, we've brought in 6 players. 6 first team players. He hasn't said who the 2 are, but this is where I come in. I reckon, obviously, one is a goalkeeper, so Edouard Mendy, most likely, to challenge Kepa. If you want to hear more about Edouard Mendy, listen to the podcast I did and uploaded on Sunday. But Edouard Mendy and the other, in my opinion, is probably Declan Rice. I would love this move, but obviously we'd need to fund it. The way we'd probably fund it is selling off Jorginho and probably Ross Barkley. They're both going to be so down in the pecking order now. I don't see Ross Barkley getting any minutes actually starting. Maybe off the bench, he'll probably get a couple minutes. But I just don't think that's what he's going to want in his career. I don't think what Chelsea wants. He's got high resale value, English, Premier League proven, scored that amazing goal against Liverpool. he's going to have a bit of value about him. Obviously, we've still got other deadwood we could sell. Zappacosta loan fee, Emerson Palmieri off to, an Italian side. So yeah, let's just hope we can get this Declan Rice move started, because we all want to see it. Declan Rice wants to see it. He wants to play with his best pal, Mr. Mason Mount. I mean, can you imagine them two just dominating the field together like they do in England? The chemistry those two have. If you've ever saw the game they had with Rio Ferdinand over FIFA, and they're having a little chat, and Declan was like, oh, yeah, I'd love to play with Matt on a club level again. He obviously wants to come back. He's always on his bloody notification gang, saying, on Chelsea's post, liking them, commenting on them. The guy wants to come to Chelsea. Chelsea want the guy. He put an amazing performance for England the other day. I just think, if you're thinking about long-term options for us, he's young. He could play at the DM role when, Kante, maybe he moves. He's getting old now. He's very injury prone. He spent a lot of the time out injured last season. And obviously he can play as a centre back as well. He would be so good at centre back. Probably one of our best options, just because he's got such a leadership role about him. And even if he didn't come in the first season, he's young. He will be able to get into the first team, even if we bloody put him out on loan, which I highly doubt we do, because he'd probably be, a £60 million move. Well, maybe not that much. But yeah, I personally would love to see him in the blue kit once again. Tell me what you think down below in the comments. And speaking of centre-backs, Mr. Ethan Ampadu, the guy who I have said I'd love to stay at Chelsea for this season, he's apparently going to go on loan to Sheffield United. And, I'm not actually mad about that. I think it's quite a good option for him. I mean, if he can get regular first-team football there, which obviously, they've got good defenders, but I think he'd be able to get a lot of time in that team. I think by the end of the season, he'd be first name basis in the team sheet. Zuma's done it before, and Zuma's now going to be our second choice centre back after Thiago Silva. So it'd be good for his career, but in my opinion, not good for Chelsea. I'd love to see him as cover for Kante and cover for if Thiago Silva and maybe Kurt Zouma both get injured. Knowing our luck, it will happen. He put in an amazing performance for Wales the other day. I mean, if you look at his game by numbers, he was probably one of the best on the pitch. He is such a solid player, and he's only going to improve. He's so young. He did have that awesome hair. Now he just looks like Jadon Sancho, When you're looking at the little Chelsea team pictures, you're like, I didn't realise we signed Jadon Sancho as well. And finally today, talk about Chelsea winger Kennedy. I haven't really got much to say about this guy. He's really not done well here at Chelsea. He's about to go on another loan move, Granada. Hopefully they buy him at the end of it, but they're not going to, let's be honest. He's set to his medical there this week. But of course, he can get some good Europa League experience out there, good La Liga experience as long as he plays. And yeah, I mean, hopefully we can sell him, that loan fee, extra money to fund bloody Declan Rice. I mean, who's complaining about that? Of course, I also want to mention the official signing of Kai Havertz. I was waiting to record a video for this. Obviously, my Chelsea Daily videos are Monday to Friday. Waited all of Friday, got on, started recording the podcast. 2 seconds in, Kai Havertz signs for Chelsea. I was like, what the hell, man? I can't catch a break. I'm just so happy it's done with. He looks bloody gassed to be playing for Chelsea. He looks so excited. The videos of him training are out, him next to Lampard having a little natter. I can't wait to see him play in the blue. I can't wait to see him link up with Timo. I've got more videos coming out this week about Kai Havertz and just about Chelsea in general. There's going to be some really good uploads coming. Not just news videos, actual really good tier list videos and such. So you want to keep your eyes peeled for those. Sorry. That's all I'm saying. If you've enjoyed the video, please drop it a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Obviously, we're halfway to 100. It's really going well at the moment. Thank you all for the support on the podcast. It's doing so well. It's near 400 views. The watch time is immense. You know, everyone's actually watching the video for once, which is really good, obviously. Really good discussion. The guy, Nick, he's going to be coming on a lot more now. You know, we've spoke about it. He wants to come onto the channel a lot more. We're going to be doing a lot more podcasts. So if that entertains you, you know, you're in for a bit of a madness on this channel. Still working on the game show. Got a couple guests lined up. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and peace.